Hello, my name is Nicholas Pruitt, and I have been brought on as a consultant to assist you with your department's preparation for the university's accreditation. Accreditation by an outside organization with no affiliation with your college will ensure that your organization is meeting the educational goals that it not only set out to achieve with its mission and vision, but that it ensures the students are receiving quality education. This is a one-day training workshop for all the stakeholders within your department. At the end of today's training, you will be able to identify how to accurately assess the current status of your organization and also identify areas that need further improvement prior to the start of your accreditation process. We will work together as a team throughout this process on improving the areas where you need improvement the most. Overall, the goal for you and myself are to make sure that this department not only achieves expectations, but also exceeds them. I look forward to working with you all throughout this process. As previously stated, I have been brought on as a consultant to assist your department, the Department of Education, with your portion of preparation for the accreditation process. The accreditation organization that your institution is seeking accreditation with is the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, or SACSCOC. The SACSCOC is an institutional accreditor for quality assurance in higher education. The SACSCOC accredits institutions that award associates, bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degrees, including those offered via distance and correspondence education and direct assessment within the institutions. It serves the common denominator of shared values and practices amongst its members in the United States and international institutions of higher education, approved by the SACSCOC Executive Council, Board of Trustees, and the Appeals Committee of the College Delegate Assembly. So we've stated a couple times exactly why I'm here. But what we have not hit on is, why are you here today? You, the stakeholders. Well, it's simple. Stakeholders play a pivotal role in the success of a college and a university. You guys impact the student experience and overall play a pivotal role in the outcomes that are associated with the learning that occurs within the walls of this great institution. So some of you all that are here are faculty members. You're responsible for the teaching that occurs within the classroom, along with advising students on some of their academic issues. Others of you all are academic administrators who assess and ensure the quality of academic and administrative programs within the school. You also ensure that standards are maintained and improved within the system. Now, I've also asked alumni here because you all offer valuable expertise on the academic programs based on your previous experience within the university and the department. You guys are once students here, and that plays a pivotal role in understanding that student experience and how to make it better. Also, some of you all contribute financial support to the university, which is needed as you guys continue to try to improve the educational experience for future students. And last but not least, I've asked universities' donors here to be a part of this process. Now, it's no secret that donors provide funding to university, which allows for the improvement of resources for the student population through the provision of scholarships, research funding, and etc. So you donors are a pivotal stakeholder within this university, as well as the aforementioned stakeholders. Accreditation can also be linked to the Bible. Acts 22 states, "Men of Israel, listen to this. Jesus of Nazareth was a man accredited by God to you by miracles, wonders, and signs." This shows the importance that accreditation holds overall. Just as Jesus and his work were accredited by God, your organization is charged with receiving its accreditation as proof to the world that your work is quality driven and will serve your students well. This university, being Christian faith-based organization, I would argue that accreditation holds a higher value than most other institutions. As stated previously, you're the organization that will be accrediting your university is the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, the SACSCOC. Two of the standards within the SACSCOC's guidelines that we're really going to focus on are the core requirement 8.1, which is student achievement, and core requirement 9.1, which is program content. Although there are many other standards that this organization looks at, I believe that these are the two that will impact your department the most. These are the two requirements that I feel like these two requirements are the ones that will impact your department the most. I've been fortunate enough to exchange correspondence with your organization over the last several weeks. And two of the areas where you all have identified that you need the most assistance are desired outcomes for your undergraduate programs and methods for achieving outcomes. So let's start with desired outcomes for your undergraduate programs. The one thing that we will assist you with is evaluating whether or not the assessment aligns directly with your learning outcomes. Also, ensuring that the measurement is sustainable and reasonable in the term of time and resources both for students and instructors. So the last thing that we want to do is implement a standard or implement a measurement that cannot be sustained. Therefore, after a limited amount of time, you're no longer able to use it and to produce the success that it once may have produced. And then using the results of the assessment to improve the course. So some of the examples that we're going to go through is including revising course content in terms of depth versus breadth, realignment between goals and teaching methods, employment of more appropriate assessment methods, or effective incorporation of learning technology. So these are some of the ways that we can get after desired outcomes for your undergraduate program, ensuring that they are going to meet the accreditation standards. Also, method for achieving outcomes. So one, we're going to discuss ensure you clearly state what the student should be able to know, show, or do at the conclusion of the course. Course expectations should be also clearly communicated to the students at the start of the course. Also, ensure the student output is the focus. Assessment of outcomes should be based on their performances and artifacts and or products. So we want to take the focus away from the educators and make sure the focus is squarely put on the students. And then outcomes should be focused on the student, as I said before, not the educator. We want to make sure that no matter who the educator is, that the output is the same across the board. Now we're going to talk about the outcomes. So one of the things that we want to discuss is using outcome assessment to make improvements within your department. So a lot of times we have the outcomes, but we don't know exactly how we're going to use them to make those desired improvements to increase the outcome. So one things we want to look at are highlights, collaborations, and awards. Those things that really shine a light on what's increased the outcomes of student performance. Information about the program use, and performance indicators, and their retention initiatives. So those are some of the ways that we can help show you how to take those outcomes of the assessment and make the improvements within your department that are, as we stated before, sustainable. And then creating an assessment report for your department. That's one thing that we want to do at the end of this is to create a report that outlines exactly where your organization stands. So each area will be assessed and be evaluated. So the way they're going to be evaluated are as either excellent, acceptable, or needs improvement slash clarification. Now, there are those areas that need improvement and clarification. We will work deeper with you to improve them, to make sure that those outcomes are where you desire them to be and are in line with the accreditation standards. Among some of the areas evaluated will be assessment measures, analysis of results, and planned improvements. So this is the way that we are going to use those outcomes to shape your department and shape the future of your department to make sure that we are not only meeting the accreditation standards, but we are exceeding them and they are sustainable. In conclusion, as I stated before, I am here as a part of your team. As we prepare for the accreditation and implement the training that we have undertaken, your department will indeed be able to not only ensure that student outcomes are in line with your department standards and your institution mission and vision, but that you will meet accreditation standards of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, and your institution receives its accreditation. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you all attending the training. Please let me know if you have any further questions.